Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Jody, and today I'm going to be sharing with you how to eat for just $10 a week and whether or not that's still possible in 2022. I'm going to be taking you to Target with me to see some of the prices, and I will show you my receipt as well as the food I end up making. And make sure you stay until the end if you want to see whether or not this was enough food for me. Real quick, if you are somebody who is struggling to feed yourself or your family, please check out the resources I have linked down in the description box below so that you can get the food that you need to nourish your family. All right, with that being said, let's head to Target. All right, let's go see what we can find for $10. Okay, so starting with fresh produce, the prices were per item, and I mean $1.29 for one onion just seemed outrageous. So I headed over to the frozen section and could get a bag of frozen veggies for 89 cents, but it was only a 12-ounce bag, and then it was $1.99 for a 28-ounce bag, so I decided to check out the prices for the canned produce. I could get a 15-ounce can of veggies for 59 cents, so I went with that option instead, and thankfully they had several different veggies in stock. Then I wanted to see what the price was on canned pumpkin to make some really yummy pumpkin breakfast cookies I made in a previous video, and I will link that above if you are interested. However, I was so sad to see that they were out of the store brand pumpkin, and the brand pumpkin was almost 3 times the price, so no pumpkin for me. I thought about making my own bread would also be an easy, cheap option, but the price for yeast and flour seemed a little too steep, so what I ended up doing was grabbing some oats that I could potentially grind up into flour later. Really quick, if you enjoy this type of video, this sort of extreme grocery haul and meal ideas, leave me a comment down below so I know to continue making this type of content. I headed over to find some protein in the canned bean section, and at 75 cents a can to 95 cents for refried beans, I knew it would be way cheaper to make my own beans. Then I also wanted to grab some starches to keep me full. Now, this is not the way I eat normally. We are a family of 4 and live on $400 a month for groceries, which is $25 a week per person. So this is definitely an extreme budget challenge for me, but I hope that it can provide some ideas for you if you are on a very tight budget, a fixed income, or simply want to decrease your food budget in order to reach other financial goals. All right, so here's everything that I got. It is the absolute smallest grocery haul ever, but I've got some oats. This was a pretty big thing. 1 pound, 2 ounces, 18 ounces. And then tortillas. This is a 12 count, so a dozen. They're pretty good sized. I don't know, it doesn't say how many inches they are, but bigger than my hand, so not a taco. And then 16 ounces of pinto beans, and then 16 ounces of brown rice. And they actually didn't have the white rice in this size, but I prefer the brown rice anyways for this because I like brown rice, but also it's a whole grain, so it's going to be more filling than white rice. And then only fresh produce I got was a russet potato, and these were 75 cents each, so I just tried to find the largest one that I could, and then 3 bananas. And then for some more veggies, I got this corn, green beans, these carrots, and then this little can of tomato sauce. I thought that I could try to make some soup with some of the veggies with that. And that is everything. All right, here's my receipt. Sorry, it has this weird line on it, but my total came to $10.08. Okay, I'm going to quickly meal plan and prep all this food, so stick around if you want to see what I end up having and whether or not it's enough food for me. And then real quickly, I did want to say I know that everybody has different items in their pantry and fridge at different times. In terms of condiments that I will be using, I will show you guys what I found in my fridge and in my purse. So I'll show you what I have. Okay, so here's what I have for condiments that I think I'll probably be using. I try to keep it very basic and things that people will have around their house. So I've just got cinnamon here, salt and baking powder, and then I got some hot sauce and these liquid aminos or soy sauce or coconut aminos, whatever type of Asian sauce you might have. And then I have this better than bouillon. I know a lot of people probably won't have this, but anything like veggie broth or a random ramen noodle sauce packet or those little bouillon cubes, whatever you have that could work for soup, or just seasonings that you have to throw into water to make soup. And then this is what I found in my purse. So if you're like me and you're obsessed with coffee, you might also carry around your favorite sweetener. So this is the turbinado sugar. And I just have that in my purse at all times in case I get somewhere that does not have turbinado sugar and I want it in my coffee. And then I also found these sauce packets. I think I got these from my work, but they are pecan sauce, so it's just like salsa packets. So I will probably be using those this week. All right, so first things first, I'm just going to cook up my rice on the stovetop and my beans in the Instant Pot, and then grind up some of the oats into a flour to make some pancakes. Here is my rice. I always do, let's see what they say, but I always do 1 cup of rice to 2 cups of water. Yes, 1 cup of rice, 2 cups of water, and then you got your salt and butter on there, which I will not be using. So I've got my beans going here in the Instant Pot, and I am going to blend up some of these oats to make oatmeal pancakes with my bananas when they're ripe. So I'm gonna do 1.5 cups, I think, for now, and if they're good, we'll see if I do more. Okay, so there it is, the oat flour, and I will just probably blend up my other ingredients with this when my bananas ripen up. Okay, so here's all the rice that my 1-pound bag made, and these are some of the drained beans, and then I left the water in this one to make some refried beans. If you want my recipe for refried beans and how I make super soft beans in the Instant Pot, check out my latest video. Okay, so I want to find something that I could use oat flour for, so I found these blender pancakes over at High Carb Hannah and just kind of adapted the recipe to what I have. So what I'm using here is the oat flour I made, and then some water, cinnamon, salt, baking powder, and then 2 of my bananas. I would like them to be riper, still be sweeter, but I don't have time for that. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and blend these up. These actually ended up being pretty thick for no egg or egg substitute, and I think the baking powder really helped. And then I did end up making some what I called cinnamon sugar pancakes without the bananas later on in the week, and those were a bit thinner but also still pretty good. Okay, so here's how much it made. I'm guessing these are pretty small. This is a really small plate. I'm guessing I'm probably gonna eat like a half or a third of these, but I'm just gonna eat what I want. I have plenty of oats left for the rest of the week, so I'm gonna eat. Okay, so I counted, there's 13 little pancakes, so let me start with this. So other breakfasts that I had were the cinnamon sugar pancakes that I mentioned, a few days of just plain oatmeal with cinnamon and sugar on top, and then I also made these breakfast oat cookies with my last banana. And these are super easy, just a banana, cinnamon, and oats. And I will leave all of my recipes in the description box below. For lunches, I used half my tomato sauce and most of my potato, can of green beans, and can of carrots to make a soup with my better than bouillon. And then throughout the week, I would just add a little bit of corn, rice, or beans to the soup to have something a little bit different. And for dinners, I did end up eating several meals that were just plain rice, beans, and salsa, or on a tortilla with some corn. But because this menu is really lacking in variety of ingredients, I tried to mix up the way that I ate the food and use different sauces or condiments to serve the food in a different way. So I took the rest of my green beans and carrots and some of my corn and made a sort of stir fry with rice and my liquid aminos. And then one day I made basically tostadas by putting my refried beans, corn, and the rest of my potatoes in the air fryer. And then towards the end of the week, I ended up making some Spanish rice with the rest of my rice, tomato sauce, and some hot sauce. This was just a nice way to mix up my burritos. All right, the week is over. I've completed the $10 challenge. Was it enough food for me? Well, for me, it was. I actually ended up having one tortilla left over as well as a little bit of oats. And I will say that I'm an average sized female and I did exercise 30 to 60 minutes every day this week. However, with that being said, if my husband, who is 6'5", also did this challenge and was exercising that much, this definitely would not have been enough food for him. Let me know in the comments down below if you enjoyed this type of extreme budget grocery haul and meal plan, because I really enjoyed making this and would love to continue making this content for you if it was helpful or you enjoyed it. If you're not already subscribed, make sure you do so and hit the little notification bell so that you don't miss my next video, which is going to be sharing with you 3 cheap and easy breakfast recipes. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.